Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And let's just get right into this review. So this episode picks up where the last one left off, where Bobby and Hot Topic were having a huge argument at Trina and Swerve's event. Like, they were literally going back and forth with one another, and basically Hot Topic came to the party trying to make sure that Trina knew that she was not the one who leaked her marriage to the media. She wanted Trina to believe that Bobby was actually the one that did it. Now, it's not hard for people to believe that Bobby did it because Bobby is usually messy. He's known for being messy, but in this situation, I don't believe that Bobby actually leaked the information. Now, Hot Topic was saying that Bobby was the one being messy because he's the one who showed her the email from the woman claiming that she was the mother of Swerve's child. Now look, I can see how it would look a little messy for Bobby to show that email to Hot Topic instead of going directly to Trina about it. However, he was not the one who told Hot Topic to go around and spread this information in the email. He also did not tell her to go meet up with this woman who claimed that Swerve was the father of her child. Hot Topic did that all on her own, so for her to show up to this event and blame everything on Bobby was crazy. And Bobby was kind of chill. Like, he really wasn't doing too much. He was sitting in his seat. He wasn't yelling or anything like that. But Swerve did not want the party to be ruined, so he was trying to get Hot Topic and Bobby to be quiet. But because Bobby kept talking, Swerve took a bottle of water and he poured it on Bobby's head, which to me was wrong because Bobby really wasn't doing enough for him to do something like that to him. Like, I feel like he could have just been better off just kicking both of them out of the party instead of picking up water and throwing it on Bobby. That was stupid. And although Trina did try to stop Swerve from pouring the water on Bobby's head, she just ended up leaving the party with Swerve instead of telling him that he was wrong. And Bobby ends up following them to the car, and he's knocking on Trina's window, telling her that she was wrong for allowing her husband to pour water on his head when he wasn't doing anything. And that's when Trina starts going back and forth with Bobby. And then Swerve obviously gets involved and he starts going back and forth with Bobby as well. So Bobby basically said that he hates them at this point. And look, I feel like Swerve made things escalate further than they needed to go because he shouldn't have poured any water on Bobby's head. He could have literally just kicked out both Hot Topic and Bobby, and then the party wouldn't have been ruined. Him pouring a bottle of water on Bobby's head made things worse than it needed to be. Now, Ray J ends up going to the studio to meet up with Marcus, and he's in a really good mood, claiming that everything's going well for him ever since he stopped trying to date and ever since he stopped having sex, which I don't really believe that he stopped any of that stuff, but according to him, that's what's happening in his life and that's why things are going so well. However, Marcus made it seem like he wasn't really believing what Ray J was saying because he brought up this live video that Ray J did on social media where his kids were crying in the background and he was trying to coach them into saying that nothing happened and that everything was fine and that he didn't do anything. I guess him and Princess got into a huge argument and he claims that Princess called the cops because he was banging on the door. Now, Princess claimed that he did a lot more than banging on the door and she said that she was going to save it for court, but he claims that all he was doing was banging on the door and he doesn't understand why people were in the comment section saying that he was coaching his children. But to me, it looked like coaching. It looked like something happened, the kids were scared, and he wanted to try to get them to not say anything happened because the cops were coming to the house because Princess called them and he didn't want to end up getting arrested, and that's why he was coaching the kids. To me, it was a mistake for him to go live with that situation to begin with. I just feel like him and Princess are really toxic together and they don't need to be together anymore. Now, Ray J claims that him and Princess are definitely getting a divorce. However, 2 weeks ago, he was on live saying that he didn't want to get a divorce from Princess. I hope that even though he's saying that he doesn't want to get a divorce, Princess finally goes through with it this time. And because Ray J ended up telling Marcus that Princess and Amara got into it and Princess ended up slapping Amara in the face, Marcus decided that he wanted him and Brooke to help Princess and Ray J have a conversation and they were going to mediate it. And basically Ray J ended up agreeing to it. Now, I don't think it's going to go well because I really don't think that Marcus and Brooke are good mediators. However, it will make for a very interesting conversation. So because Flo is sick and tired of her family playing in her face, she decided that she was going to get them all together. So she had Marlon, Gael, and her mother meet with her at a bakery, and she has cake set out for them because she claims that they like cake so much because they definitely was eating the cake that Amara brought to them trying to be messy. And so she ends up questioning them on who told Marlon that she was in the studio with Allan, and basically Marlon ended up telling her that her mother was actually the one that told him. So she gets really upset because she feels like her mother and her sister are supposed to be on her side and not Marlon's, but it always seems like they're against her. So she starts yelling about the situation situation, okay? Because she gets really annoyed at the fact that they're always doing things and coming against her and basically taking Marlon's side in every situation. And I understand where she's coming from. Even though I feel like this is a fake storyline with them, I definitely do think that even if it is a storyline, her family treats her really badly. Like, they talk to her any type of way, sleeping with her husband allegedly, and then sitting over there basically telling her to stay with a man who cheated on her numerous amounts of times is crazy. It seems like they have more loyalty to Marlon than they do to Flo, so I understand where she was coming from. But she definitely lost me when she said that the only person that cares about her is Allan, because Allan doesn't give a damn about her. Allan was just entertaining her because he wanted to piss off Amara, and that was the only reason why he was entertaining her. So her saying that to me definitely lost me at that moment. So because Amara ended up getting granted the key to the city of Miami, she ended up inviting Estelita to come support her, and they sit down to have a conversation, and Amara lets her know everything that went down at Shay's tea party between her and Flo. Basically, her and Flo started throwing insults at each other, and then obviously Flo made some colorist comments to Amara, but Amara seemed to be more upset at the fact that basically Flo was getting information from Allan about her, and she didn't like that was happening. So that's the reason why she ended up confronting Allan in last week's episode about him pillow talking with Flo about their business. And so he agreed that he was going to talk to Flo in this episode, but she did say that she didn't know exactly what he was going to say to her. And Estelita definitely felt like Allan was the one feeding Flo all this information, because she wouldn't have been able to get it from anywhere else. And that's why I feel like Allan is just being messy at this point, and he was part of the drama that happened between Flo and Amara. Now, Estelita also ended up filling Amara in on what happened at the end of Angela White's event in last week's episode, because she ended up popping up on Eliza, and the two of them almost ended up getting into a physical fight. And Estelita tells Amara that she's no longer friends with Eliza, and she will not be at Eliza's event that she has coming up for her oil brand that she named Foreign. And basically the two of them stopped being friends with each other because both of them think that the other one stole the name Foreign for their brand from the other person, and so that's why they're beefing, which to me is really stupid, because I'm pretty sure they're not the only two people using the name Foreign. I don't even know whose side to be on in this situation, because I don't know who actually had the name first. But Amara seems like she's picking sides in this situation, okay? Because she told Estelita that she was invited by Eliza to the event, but she said that she doesn't think she's gonna go because she feels like Eliza is pulling other women down. Now, I don't know why Amara is talking about pulling other women down when she met up with her so-called friend's husband and invited him back to her house. So she's bringing other women down as well. So I just want to put that out there. That's my opinion. She can't talk about Eliza bringing other women down when she's doing the same. So because Gael has been spending some time with Fabo to try to get back at Shay, because Shay said that she doesn't like her, she decides to bring Fabo to meet the Mambo. Now, Fabo was really uncomfortable being there. He didn't want to be there at all. To be honest with you, he didn't even stay. He was there for 2 seconds, and he said that it was not for him, and he decided to leave. Now, she claims that the reason why she brought him there is so that he can be protected from whatever Shay's going to do to him when she finds out that the two of them are hanging out, because he did tell her that he felt like if Shay found out that he was spending time with Gael, that she wouldn't allow him to see his daughter. Now, even though Gael seemed upset that Fabo did not want to be there, she decided to stay and told the Mambo to lift the curse off of her, because she feels like Flo put a curse on her. I don't know why she thinks Flo put a curse on her, and that's the reason why she's always in a bunch of drama. She's in a bunch of drama because she wants to be in a bunch of drama, not because somebody put a curse on her. Now, it's the day of Eliza's event, and she invited Zoe, Miami Tip, Angela White, and she also ended up inviting Amara, but Amara did not end up showing up, which was really weird to Eliza, because she thought that her and Amara was in a good place, and she only wanted her closest friends to be there because she didn't want any drama. Now, obviously, Zoe didn't know anything about the name situation, so she ends up going up to Eliza and asking her if she's collaborating with Estelita because they have the same name for their brand, and that really seemed to piss off Eliza, and she started going off talking bad about Estelita's brand. Now, I feel like her and Estelita were never really friends, because just because you guys have the same name for your brand doesn't mean you guys should be talking bad about each other the way that they are. So I feel like they never really liked each other to begin with. Now, I like Miami Tip because I don't feel like she's been problematic on the show. She kind of stays out of the drama, but she kind of was being a little bit negative at Eliza's event. Like, she kept bringing up that the party was almost over and Eliza's daughter hadn't shown up with the baby yet, and Eliza started getting a little bit nervous, but her daughter actually did end up showing up, which I was glad about. I just felt like it was unnecessary for Miami Tip to keep bringing it up that her daughter was not there yet. I'm pretty sure she knew her daughter wasn't there yet. So, because Marcus and Brooke are always trying to play the peacemakers on the show, Brooke and Marcus decided to set up a sit down between Ray J and Princess so that they can have a conversation without it getting crazy. And so, Princess ends up showing up with Brooke before Marcus and Ray J end up showing up. And Princess is feeling a little bit skeptical about Brooke because Bobby told her that when she was in the middle of fighting both Amara and Estelita, Brooke was laughing even though they're supposed to be friends with each other. So, she ended up confronting Brooke about it. And Brooke claims that Bobby must be drinking again because she doesn't remember laughing. And then in her confessional, when the producer asked her if she remembered laughing, she said she didn't, but she knows better than to say that she didn't do something, because if the producer's asking you, that means that they have proof that you did it, and they ended up showing the clip of her laughing, so she might as well just have owned it. Now, Brooke immediately starts telling Princess how she feels like she's wrong for slapping Amara in the face because she feels like Amara didn't do anything that warranted her being slapped, but Princess begged to differ. She said that she doesn't regret slapping Amara and she feels like Amara deserved it. Not only because her and Amara were supposed to be friends and she met up with her husband behind her back, but Ray J also ended up telling Princess that Amara actually ended up inviting him back to her house, and then Princess lets it slip to Brooke that Ray J said that he even sniffed Amara's private area. I'm not going to say the word, but basically Ray J said that he sniffed Amara's private area, and so Brooke was taken aback by this information, but she still said that she felt like, Princess was wrong for slapping Amara because at the time that she slapped Amara in the face, she didn't know that Amara and Ray J ended up going home with each other. But Princess is sticking by her actions, and you gotta respect it. I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have slapped Amara too in that situation. I'm not saying it's right, but I can't promise that I wouldn't have slapped Amara too in that situation, because if you're supposed to be my friend, why are you meeting up with my husband behind my back and then also inviting him back to your house, and now he's claiming that he sniffed your private area? Like, no, that's disrespectful as hell, and I feel like Brooke would have an issue with it if Amara ended up doing that with Marcus. Now, Ray J is obviously the main one at fault in this situation because he purposely decided to meet up with Amara to get back at Princess. He did it on purpose because he knew they were supposed to be friends, and that's why he ended up doing it. So he's still the one in the wrong. But Brooke could not let go of the fact that Ray J allegedly sniffed Amara's private area. So as soon as Ray J and Marcus end up showing up, that's the first thing that she starts questioning Ray J about. That, and about how Ray J was saying that if he sleeps with a stripper or a prostitute, it doesn't count, because Princess also ended up telling Brooke that information before Ray J and Marcus ended up showing up. And Ray J was upset about this, okay? He felt like Brooke was coming at him extremely aggressive and disrespectful, and he didn't like it because he thought it was supposed to be a calm and cordial conversation, and he thought that they were just there to mediate. Now, I felt like Ray J was being dramatic in this situation. I'm sorry. I don't feel like Brooke was wrong, because at this point, you're sitting over here sniffing people's private parts and going to people's houses, and you're saying that it doesn't count if you sleep with a stripper or a prostitute while you're married. So I just felt like she was trying to hold Ray J accountable, and Ray J does not like to be held accountable. So that's the reason why he went off the way that he did. And so the conversation never got to happen. He actually ended up walking away. And to me, Princess looked like she was holding in her laugh the entire time. This whole scene to me was funny. Now, Flo is done with her family, she claims, and so she is going to meet up with Allan, and she claims that even though the first time she talked to Allan, it was just to get back at Amara, but now she claims that she has caught feelings for him. So when they meet up with each other, she's all excited to see him, but he's not happy to see her because of what Amara told him at the end of last week's episode. So he ends up confronting Flo, telling her that when he met with Amara, she was really upset, telling him that basically Flo was using the information that he gave her about Amara against her at Shay's tea party, and so now he feels like he might not be able to see his children, and he feels like Flo is causing drama in his life. Now, although Flo did admit to using the information that Allan gave her about Amara against Amara when they got into it at Shay's tea party, she said that the only reason why she knew that information is because Allan gave it to her freely. He knew that her and Amara were not cool with each other, and he knew that that was the main reason why she was talking to him in the first place. So he was giving her this information willingly, and he was talking negatively about Amara as well, so she doesn't understand why he's coming down on her so hard, but he claims that it's about loyalty, even though his loyalty is supposed to be to the mother of his children, because even if they don't get along with each other, for the sake of their children, he shouldn't be going around pillow talking with women who don't like Amara and then gonna use the information against Amara in an argument. So he caused this himself, but he's putting all the blame on Flo. So he tells Flo that he's done with her, and she seems upset about it, and look, she shouldn't have been talking to him anyway. I mean, I feel like these women are gassing his head up a little bit too much by giving him all this attention. So at the very end of this episode, Brooke ends up meeting up with Amara because Amara just did a performance, and Estelita was there too, but she actually ended up having to leave early, which Brooke was happy about because she wanted to tell Amara everything that went down when she met up with Princess and Ray J. She ends up telling Amara that she needs to clear her name immediately because when she met up with Princess, Princess told her that not only did Ray J say that Amara invited him back to her house, but he also said that he sniffed her private area. Now, Amara was taken aback by this whole him sniffing her private area situation because she claims that that never happened. However, she did admit that she did invite him back to her house, and she claims that the reason why she did that is because she didn't really have a babysitter and her mother did not want to watch the twins anymore. And I feel like that's a bullshit excuse because she could have just cut things off with Ray J at that very moment that her mother said that she did not want to watch the babies, and she could have went home by herself. You don't invite your friend's husband to your house, even if they are in the middle of getting a divorce. You do not invite your friend's husband back to your house. That's just messy. And then on top of that, she tried to make it seem like nothing happened. It's like, well, why was he at your house to begin with? I mean, I do feel like Ray J is the main one in the wrong in the situation because obviously he did this on purpose, and I mean, he's the one that's married in the situation. However, Amara and Princess were supposed to be cool with each other, or at least cordial with each other, and you don't invite another woman's husband back to your house. To me, that's just wrong. But now she's saying that she feels like Ray J is using her as a pawn against Princess, which is true, but she fell right into the trap. She fell right into it. So she has to take accountability for her part in that situation because she should have known that Ray J had a reason why he was meeting up with her and why he was doing the things that he was doing. She fell right into the trap. So Brooke ends up inviting Amara to come with her as her +1 to Angela White's sobriety event because she wants her to be able to talk to Princess because she knows Princess is going to be there and she wants Amara to clear her name. So Amara agrees to go. So they end up showing up to Angela White's party, and obviously Princess is there, and Amara says that she wants to get the conversation over with. So she gets up and she goes to sit next to Princess, and then the episode cuts there. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.